Look at my baby, everybody. You see this little angel, everybody? This is the reason. This is the reason, right, boy? Come here, my little stinky. Look at my little stinky, everybody. Look at that little angel. See, he wants to run around, guys. I gotta get him out of this shelter. It's a hazard. He got nowhere to run. See, this is why I want to get out of here. My son is very hyper, and the poor kid got nowhere to run around. You can't go to the parks in the wintertime. It's too cold, guys. This is the reason why I'm trying to get up to 1,000 subscribers, guys. It's for my child, and I have a very interesting story. So please, guys, if someone else can please subscribe to my channel. I mean, just even one person means the world to me. You know, I have a couple of new fans out there, and I appreciate them. And, you know, I got a new friend that's from New Zealand. I couldn't believe it. I don't want to mention his name because for privacy reasons, but, you know, I didn't ask permission, so I don't want to do that. But I just want to tell you guys that I have my off days, and I apologize to everybody about the way I was acting the other day. You know, it's not that I was being a phony. I was being myself. I just was being a part of myself that I don't like to be. You know, everyone has, you know, it depends. People, you know, have different moods, of course, due to the circumstances of the situation at hand. That doesn't mean someone has multiple personalities. There's a big difference between multiple personalities and, you know, a difference of attitude, like I said, due to circumstances and situations that occur. You know, for instance, let's say someone's having a great day and they freaking stub their foot, they stub their big toe on the side of the friggin' coffee table. You know, their mood's gonna change because of the circumstances. They're gonna be like, oh shit, son of a bitch. You know, it's just, life is a series of frames, like, kind of like pictures. And each frame and picture of our life, okay, evolves within the moment. Just like a walking pattern, just like us walking. You know, the movement of walking is changing within the moments. We're trying to get to the destination and the place of which we're looking for, or our goals are striving for. So my goal, my destination is to give this little boy a better life. And there's only a couple of ways I can do this, guys, right now, because I'm pretty much stuck. I can't go to school. I explained this to you guys about my identification. My ex-husband now, he sees I'm trying to better my life, and he is now acting like he's not around. So it's just, it's not easy dealing with someone who really, you know, he's not willingly or wanting to help me for us to get a divorce. Because then, if I get that, because I need him to get it, because I do not have an ID. So that's like, for instance, if I went to the courthouse and I said, okay, you know, I want to get a divorce from this person. They're going to ask me for identification. They're not going to be like, okay, you know, even if I was to hand them a marriage license, I need ID to prove I'm that person. That's just the way it is. Even if the person knew who I was, let's say I knew someone inside that worked there, because of protocol and because of, you know, just the way things are, you need identification, even if you know who the person is working behind the desk. Because they have to follow certain rules and regulations and protocols and the work ethics. They can't just say, well, I know this person, you know, I'm just giving you a for instance, so I'll give them a pass. No. Even if I have my marriage license, I still need an ID to prove that I'm that person. So this is the situation at hand for me. So I'm trying to do other things that I don't need an ID per se. Like with YouTube, I don't need an ID. You know, I can make videos and get people to watch them and The more views I get, the more thumbs up I get, the more subscribers I get, I can monetize off the ads, and I can provide a better life for my son. See this little boy right here? That's, guys, before I had my son, you know, it's not that I was doing good, but I didn't care so much about, you know, where I laid my head. As long as I had a bed to sleep in, I was good, because I came from sleeping basically anywhere and everywhere for over a decade. So just having a bed to sleep in, like I said, was a luxury to me. If I was living in this apartment without the baby, of course we'd still strive to find, because we're in a shelter and you can't just stay in the shelter the rest of your life, but it wouldn't be such a priority. It's a priority because of my son, because this little boy deserves more. His father is a very hard-working man. His job is seasonal, and that means that, you know, when the season is off for that job, there's really no work. But the hours that he works, when he does work, adds up to someone working a regular 9 to 5. But the thing is we don't get benefits, only $15 in food stamps. So like I said, I'm appreciative for it, but there's only so far that goes. So that means we have to pay for all of our own expenses, and that means we got to tap into savings. We have a lot of money saved. We have at least, what, Tito, like 5-6 grand saved? We have $7,000 saved, guys. $7,000. We've been had that money. I mean, sometimes it fluctuates because of living expenses, but we've been had that money saved since last year. We can't get a place. We do not have good credit. These people are playing games with us in the shelter. I explained to you guys what's going on in the shelter. The guy next door is moving. He moved in here after us. Wait, a year after us. We were here a year. He's been here 1 year. We've been here 2 years. And I'm happy for him. I am so happy for him and his children. Guys, I would never, ever, ever be unhappy for a family that's moving out of their out of the shelter to get their own apartment. I could never, ever be jealous of that. I'm never jealous of anybody. When I see people doing good, and I think to myself, wow, I'm so happy for that person. You know, because that's just the way I am. I could never, ever hate or say, oh, I wish I had that. Oh, I wish that was me. You know, when I see someone that has nice things, I say to myself, I'm so happy for them. They worked hard for it. They're blessed. You know, God bless them. I wish them the best. And I say to myself, I would love for my son to have better things. You know, when I see people with nice things, I want that for the baby. It's not about me. It's not about envying. It's saying, okay, well, I got to achieve my goals so I can provide a better life for my son. I mean, come on, guys. Look at this place. It's run down. It's messed up. The walls, they never paint. That grease is so hard to get up. I'd have to, you know, basically put some kind of chemicals on it. You know, the baby and I draw on the walls because, you know, I like to draw cartoon characters, and the baby started scribbling. I said, you know what, these people, it's not that I'm trying to wait, look at my little angel. It's not that I'm trying to pour salt in the wound and be disrespectful to this place, because I'm not. Listen, I appreciate being here. Please don't get it twisted. I really, really do appreciate being here, guys, because if, you know, it's a place where he can at least do this, but he deserves more. That's what I'm trying to say. And, you know, my son's an artist, you know, and I like to draw too. I drew that face right there, this face right there. I drew this face right here. I drew that. I drew that face right there. And I drew this face over here. You know, I like to draw, and I drew that face right there. Whee, Tito. Tito's the lounger. He loves to lounge. He's tired, right, Tito? He's very tired. Oh, Lord Jesus. But I'm always basically on my feet, guys. I'm on my feet all day long with the baby. The one who plays with the baby and runs around with the baby. And I'm gonna get that little boy. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him. Not to jump off subject, guys, but check this out. I don't know where the cat went. So now they're making Reese's dairy topping, Reese's peanut butter. I couldn't believe it. I was like, I gotta try it. But then when you read the ingredients, I mean, come on. Heavy cream, water, corn syrup, skim milk, sugar, contains less than 2% of the following: cocoa processed with alkali, monodiglycerides, natural flavor, carrageenan, yellow 5, propellant, nitrous oxide. Okay, you know that it's a little bit dangerous. These things are under a massive amount of pressure. Massive amount of, it's like kind of like a shrapnel bomb, if you can think of it that way. In the wrong temperature, this can definitely be one of those. I cannot stand anything with yellow 5. I have no patience for artificial ingredients, artificial colors. I got no patience for stuff like that. I refuse to put that in my body or my son's body. And it has no peanut. No, not even a trace of peanuts. So I don't know. It must be totally artificially flavored. Totally. Let's see. Am I right? Natural flavors with other natural flavors. Really? Well, where are they getting the peanut taste from? Let's try to figure that out. From the corn syrup? It has like a kind of grainy, a nutty flavor to it. Is that what it is? It must be. That's the only thing I could figure. The heavy cream with the corn syrup, with a little bit of cocoa, I guess, trying to give it a Reese's type flavor. I would think they would use some kind of nut extract, or I don't know. That's just the way I think. Anyway, so then they got this one. They got Hershey's Caramel. All right. Well, it looks delicious on top of there. And so this one, let's see what this one consists of. And mono and diglycerides. Ugh, that's another crappy ingredient, man. I don't know where they get. You know what puzzles me, guys, is that everything is from the earth, is natural, because it all stems from the earth, and it has to be from a natural source, from one time or another, like rubber. Rubber's extracted, and they put it through some kind of a chemical change, and it becomes rubber. Glue's a sap from a tree. I'm talking about natural glue. It's sap. Wait, look at my baby. He's so happy, guys. I give him all of my love. All of my love. Yes, all of my love is to you, babe. All of my love. All of my love. Yes, all of my love is to you, babe. Led Zeppelin, yeah, remembers that. In Through the Outdoor, Houses of the Holy, Physical Graffiti. Right, yes. Those were the days. Back in the 90s, I was a big Zepp fan, because I grew up with all the old timers. The old timers, right, Weedy B? But I'm getting off subject. What was I saying? Oh boy. Losing my train of thought here. Alright, so I think I was talking about... oh yes, natural sources. So, the natural sources come from the earth. So where are they getting artificial ingredients from? Because even if you take a natural substance and you put it through a chemical change and you add other things to it, everything at one point has to come from a natural source. It's not like they're going into friggin' another dimension. I mean, I wouldn't put anything past anything these days. But even so, everything that is real and tangible, okay, from its origin is natural, right? It has to be. It's not just, conjured up in the air. But let's say something is conjured up in the air, like a hocus pocus type of thing. it has to stem from its origins. Original, you know? And anything that is original is has to be natural. I know that might sound insane to some people. That's just how I feel. But I just don't know how they manipulate and fabricate things to become artificial. You know, I know what they say the process is, but what I'm trying to say is, like, if you take natural things, add them, heat them up, cool them down, add this, add that, you know, chemicals, like, where do they get these chemicals from? Where are they stemming from? I need to do my research on this. Like bleach, like ammonia, like, where are they getting these chemicals from? They're getting them from natural sources originally. It has to be, because where else are they going to be getting it from? I need to find out how they got these chemical compounds and put them together from its original sources. Like, what did they take from the earth to make bleach? What did they take from the earth to make ammonia? This is how my brain thinks, like, all the time. Like, I'm always thinking about these types of things. And I'm a thinker, you know. And the thing is with me is I'm thinking too much. Guys, you have no idea. My brain is constantly thinking. You okay? You're right, baby? Wait, look at that beauty. Listen, he's so hyper. Like, look at that. Look how happy he is. Because he gets all of my love. All of my love, yes, all of my love is for you, babe. So, like I said, I'm always thinking about different things and probabilities and how does this come about and how does that come about. And then I'm always thinking about different ideas. Well, why can't I? Because listen, you know, I always say this. I don't have a lot of time, guys. My time consists of my son. You know, I can't say, oh, well, I want to draw now. Like, I'm not trying to scribble, scrabble. I really like to draw. Like, draw. You know, I've always been very good with arts and crafts and stuff. But I don't really have a lot of time. And it's not his fault. That's my son. He comes first. So, you know, it's like I would love to do things, you know, arts and crafts. I do arts and crafts with him, but, you know, when you have a baby, it's not like you can sit down and draw a portrait, because you're going to scribble on it, which is okay. I don't mind. But I would love to have a little bit. I wish there was more hours in the day so I can have this little time frame where I can sit down and I can draw things that come to my imagination, or I can write things down, because I love to write. Like, I love to write. Like, I wrote, okay. I'm going to read another poem, or just something I wrote a couple of weeks ago. There was a day I was on a ball. You know, I was eating a lot of, you know, healthy, and I'm about to eat some salmon. I'm about to eat some, you know, olive oil, and I love healthy foods. I love real healthy foods, like dark chocolates, like cheese. Cheese is very good. Real cheese. I'm talking about real, not processed cheese. Not cheese like that. Cheese like this. Real cheese simmered in olive oil and, you know, different spices. Spices are extremely good for you. I've been telling you guys that. They're good for your blood pressure. They're good for your arteries. They're good for the blood flowing to the heart, to and fro. Circulation. Okay. So this is what I wrote. It says simulation. This is a proclamation. Let me start that over, because you know what it is? Sometimes I get a little nervous. Simulation. This is a proclamation of time and space. Can you relate? In my mind, I feel the winds of change. Smoldering wind chimes. Smoke stacks from the days of old. Relics in the present life is a breath, taken in deep and hold. We complicate the simplicity and simplify what is difficult. Pray fervently for the voiceless. They have no choice, love. We can choose to make a change. I know, for I have done nothing but always something. Whirlwind cascades the surface of my skin, dancing gypsies in the air, flowing hair on the way to heaven, on a golden stairs. Don't stare. I love Fred Astaire. He did as Madonna said, danced on air. Whispering winds, whooshing on the doorsteps of this reality. To dance is to be free. To free is to find your inner peace. God is my inner peace. He is my rock and my fortress. Even when I was a dark mistress, I'm the modern day Mary Magdalene. And I just wrote that just like that, off the top of my head. And I think this is one of the best things I've ever wrote. I couldn't believe that I wrote that. I was like, I wrote that? Like, I was in like another, sometimes I wake up and I feel so good that I can't believe how God has given me this feeling of euphoria. And it's like not even like if I take my medication, because like I said, I'm not ashamed. I am on a methadone program. I'm trying to taper off. It's very, very difficult because I've been on it for quite some time. And what happens is I get very, very sick when I don't have my medication. For some reason, I think because I sweat a lot, I drink a lot, gallons of water. I'm always drinking water, guys. But, and this other one I wrote about the eyes, the pain when you look into the children's eyes. Christ died. He's wearing a crown. I deserve to hang upside down. Those lies, the lies that we see when we look, when they are starving, swatting off the flies. In the silence they lay golden, as it is said in the days of old. And the cries of the wind shifting through the scheme of what was, what is, and what shall be. When we are looking in the glass of eternity, we float freely, freely, freely. We are one, and if we are one, no one should be hungry, lonely. Escape the dark night. Don't be afraid. I'm going to rescue you. We all walk by faith, not by sight. It's getting dim. Where is your light? Shine it bright with a smile. Turn that frown upside down, my child. From on my watch, on God's watch, you will no longer sorrow. You know, I think those are really good, like, writings. I don't know. I'm not bragging. I hope you agree. And then I put, what is it to be awake? To get up or to sleep? As Billy said, where do we go? To another place of time and space, floating over golden bridges, submerging in chocolate rivers, campfire toasty warm. I don't know where I come up with this stuff. I can't tell you. I have no idea, but, and I love to draw. See, I drew that. I love to sketch faces. Silence. They say silence is golden in the days of olden. That's only true when you want it. Gabish, right? Silence is golden only when you want it. You know, when you're trying to tell somebody something and they just don't say nothing, it drives you crazy because all you want is a response, right? All you want is some feedback. Who lives in this was a young child's notebook that Tito found. And I found this child to be so interesting. Whoever this child is, I wish them nothing but the best. They put, who lives in a pineapple under the sea. I mean, that's just so cute. And their handwriting is so, like, beautiful. And they said they love Jesus. And that's an A+ in my book. My son Scribble Scrabble. It's not, actually, this isn't scribble, this is art. God forgive me, I should have never said that. I should have never said Scribble Scrabble. But anyway, guys, I'm going to read one more thing to you guys. It's a little rap song. Oh, wait, here's another one. Even when I hated myself, I wouldn't want to be anyone else. Even at my worst, I'd rather live than be in a hearse. Life is hard, should I know that. But even for me, in comparison to a third world country, they swatting off flies. They running from SWAT teams. This is life to the extreme. God is real, so I know. I cried out, he heard me. I was pure street. Yes, little old me. On my own, renegade. That still ain't nothing. Running from grenades. They running from grenades. I'm sorry. This is the reality. Enough sugarcoating this. That's going on. Enough sugarcoating what's going on. It got me loathing, crying for the voiceless, up at night, coming to their defense. Yes, little old me, a prayer warrior, thanks to heaven to be. Jesus is real, open your eyes. He will come for the suffering, we are his prize, his bride. I hear the winds of change, smoldering wind chimes. I just like that saying, smoldering wind chimes. And then this was another one, because sometimes I get so annoyed hearing all these hardcore rappers, and then I look up their biographies and they really haven't been through anything, like, and I'm saying to myself, like, yes, they are very talented, I'm not saying no, and I really enjoy some of their music, but I really have a problem with someone acting like, you know, rapping about all this hood stuff when they really haven't been, like, really out there, if you know what I'm saying. Like, it's just, you have to understand, when you really live through and someone raps about it and they never been through it, it's very irritating. Anyway, what have you been through, bitch? You haven't been through shit. Talking all this hardcore shit. Dancing on the bars. I got these deep scars while I was jumping in and out of cars. Let me get to the point. I was hustling for real in Hunts Point. Real street life. Did 15 to life on the block. Renegade. I was kidnapped by other hookers and pimps, but survived on my own. I was the Italian grenade. Shout out to all my people that looked out for me from that crazy bitch Monique. Desire kept it classy in those stilettos, in the freezing cold. So when I hear about how hardcore you are, let's see the proof. Let's raise the effing roof. To me, y'all like a goof. Sorry, it's the truth. Hardcore what? You haven't been through shit. I've been raped, choked while y'all was choking on a beep. I had to survive so I wouldn't get sick. Truth. Survivor for real. And that's the other one. And I have to go. Oh my God. Oh, yeah, I have to go, guys. All right. God bless you. Bye-bye.